What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about the Donahue George versus King Griffin, Citadel Securities LLC, Citadel Connect, Citadel LLC, FINRA, DTCC, and Robinhood Financial LLC. What a fucking list, people. Alright, last night on the Clown News Network, I heard them make the statement that they can't wait, that tonight probably they'll be making videos trying to discredit Donahue George in his lawsuit, and they're going to be sitting back and they're going to be punching holes and talking about all that Donahue has done wrong. So, before the enemy can do a video on it, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do a video on it. So Donahue, my friend, in case y'all don't know, me and Donahue talk just about every day. I talk with a bunch of YouTubers every day, all right? And we've become pretty good friends. So, with that in mind, Donahue, please don't take offense to what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I love you to death. You're an ape. You're fighting market manipulation, and you're one of the good guys, okay? So, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm going to only be saying some of the things that the Clown News Network is going to be putting out. So I'm going to be trying to counter that at the same time. So let's take a look at this. Number one, this list of defendants. Number one, he needs to take Robinhood Financial LLC off his defendants list. Why? Because he's already made a video that he's met with Vlad, spoke with Vlad, he understood what Vlad was saying, and now he knows that it wasn't Robinhood's fault, that it was Citadel's fault for not accepting the order flow that day. So therefore, Robinhood Financial LLC should be taken off the defendants list simply because now you came to an understanding that it wasn't their fault, that it was Citadel trying to fuck over Robinhood that caused them to take the buy button. Second thing about this list is that it's too broad, people. It's too broad. Citadel Securities, Citadel Connect, Citadel LLC, King Griffin. They're all the same person. All right. Now they have different functions. One of them is the trading aspect of Citadel, and the other one is the market-making arm of Citadel. And Citadel Connect is the off-exchange trading platform and dark pool owned by Citadel Securities. These are the only two entities we need to go after, people. Citadel Connect, Citadel Securities. To add King Griffin's name in there, personally, I don't think that's going to work, because that's the reason a person sets up an LLC, so that if you sue me, this is all you can get from me. You can't sue me personally. As far as, let's take a look at the rest of the list. Here we see he has FINRA, and you got the DTCC. All right. The problem here is you're going too broad. All right. You only want to try to argue what you can prove, and we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt market manipulation by Citadel Securities and Citadel Connect. You don't want to add anything else that you're going to have to try to prove. Okay. And that's where a lot of these lawsuits are going astray, people. You wondering, right now, I bet you wondering, well, if you know so much, CSI, why don't you sue them? I don't have the fucking money, people. If I had the money that some of these other motherfuckers had, I would be putting it on Citadel's ass, the New York Stock Exchange's ass, Citigroup's ass for their BDRs, and I will win. I've already sent the arguments that I wrote to a couple of different people, and they all tell me the same thing. This is a fucking argument here. But it doesn't do you any good to have the argument if you don't have the money to finish out the fight that you're about to have. Now, Donahue, this cost him about $420 to file his original complaint. Then he had an amended complaint, which cost him a few $100s more. And now each one of these entities is coming to him and telling him, dismiss. King Griffin, dismiss. Citadel Securities, dismiss. Citadel Connect, dismiss. Citadel. All of them. They all filed motions for dismissal. So now what happens is, same thing that happened with Al from Boston, is that now, this is a trial strategy, people, they're going to overflow him with paperwork. And you heard him say it the other day, that all of them filed for dismissal at the same time, and he's very busy trying to put together an argument for each and every one of them. And it's not going to be easy. He's on a time frame. He should have only stuck to Citadel Securities, Citadel Connect, and if you were going to add anybody else in, I would have put Virtue and their dark pool on the defendant list. Can you prove a case against FINRA and the DTCC? Well, I'm not sure about the DTCC, but FINRA would be a very, very simple case to win. But it needs to stand on its own. All right? It doesn't matter that they let the bad actors do what they did. You only want to try to prove the bad actors are doing what you're saying they're doing. Fuck who's letting them do it. You understand? You win your first battle, then you go after FINRA and the DTCC. Do you understand that? Do you understand that if you beat Citadel and you beat Virtue, proving a case against FINRA and the DTCC is a cakewalk, because you've already proved that Citadel Securities and Virtue are manipulating the market, and FINRA hasn't done anything about it. So that's very simple. But you wouldn't want to put them in your original argument. You want to try to keep it as little as possible. Well, why would you add Virtue? Because it's a market-making argument. We're arguing the market makers are manipulating the stock, people. That's where most people go wrong. Now, I've read this, and I messaged Donahue just as soon as I started reading it, and I said, hold up, Donahue. Citadel is accusing you of being a disbarred attorney. That's simply just to try to discredit him in the eyes of the court, okay? But they say that he is a serial litigant who has burdened the courts in this district with multiple frivolous cases in recent years. I had to stop right there, and I'd messaged Donahue, and I asked him, Donahue, how many cases have you filed in the last 2 years? And he said, I haven't filed any. This is the only one. And I said, okay, they lied then. They're lying to the court. And he said, yeah, they can lie to the court all they want. No, they can't. No, they can't. They have to tell the truth. And the fact that they called him a serial litigant who burdens the courts with frivolous lawsuits is going to put them in a bad light now. That statement right there is a big no-no for Citadel. Their lawyer should have known better than that, because it's too easy to prove that he's not a serial litigant. He's only going after them. And then this one is one of my favorite ones. The complaint should be dismissed with prejudice for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. All right? They're saying, Citadel is saying, that Donahue hasn't even brought a charge against them yet. Donahue hadn't even brought a claim. So what are we even in the court for? Except for one thing, Citadel. Then in their footnote here, they say, plaintiff filed a second amended complaint on November 4th, 2021, 5 days after the court dismissed the case without prejudice. So I had to go back to the phone, and I asked Donahue. I said, Donahue, they dismissed your first claim? Because if they dismissed your first claim, you don't have standing right now. But he messaged back and said, they're full of shit. That his claim was not dismissed. So they're lying again. Second lie to the court, okay? And then what really makes it funny is that this is page 4 of 21. So for the next 15, 16 pages, they're going to argue against a complaint that they're telling the court shouldn't even be in there. If it's been dismissed and there's nothing else to talk about, why do they drag it on for 16, 17 more pages, people? Because they're lying to the court. And lying to the court is a very, very bad thing. Y'all shouldn't do that, because you're going to get your ass in a wreck. Then they say Nowhere in the plaintiff's conspiracy-laden and often incoherent pleading does he plausibly allege any injury, much less attempt to link any such injury to the defendant's purported conduct. How much more bullshit do we have to read? Alright, first off, you try to throw out the word conspiracy there because it's a trigger word and everybody looks at conspiracy like it's bad. But conspiracy, conspiracy theory, conspiracy fact, none of that's really bad, people. You can have a conspiracy theory, which is where two or more people get together and conspire to commit a crime. Alright? And it can be a theory, but it can still be true. So they're saying that his complaint is conspiracy-laden and often incoherent pleading does he plausibly allege any injury. Now then they go on to say that Donahue alleges that he lost $1.7 million. Well, that sounds like an injury to me, Citadel. So what are you talking about? That the man has not even put injury in his claim when he specifically says, I'm filing because they've caused me to lose $1.7 million. Then they say plaintiff thus fails to adequately allege both injury in fact, which we just discussed, he said $1.7 million, and traceability, which means how are you going to trace your injury back to me, Citadel? All right? They say he doesn't do a very good job. Now, it's been a long time since I read the original complaint. I haven't read the amended complaint. But let me tell you something. Traceability is about the easiest fucking thing that you can prove. It's so simple to prove traceability to Citadel and Virtue for market manipulation that has caused people to lose billions and billions of dollars. But they're saying that his argument does not give traceability that points to say Citadel Securities did this. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I read his, but I remember Al from Boston's. Al said that Citadel was paying kickbacks to the New York Stock Exchange. See right there? That's where traceability comes in. Fine, Al from Boston. Prove. Give us a definitive pattern that shows Citadel did these things or the New York Stock Exchange did these things. But I'm telling you people, traceability is about the easiest fucking thing. But you cannot get bogged down with bullshit arguments about FINRA and the DTCC and Robinhood and the rest of them. You should only focus on market makers and their manipulation of the stock. Then, if you want to go to the next battle, you take it up with FINRA. Bitch, why didn't you fucking handle this? Why did I have to sue New York Stock Exchange? Why wasn't you doing your SRO functions? All right? And protecting stockholders. Sue their ass. And once you win the case against Citadel and Virtue, it's simple to knock down the New York Stock Exchange and FINRA, people. But we have to fight them in the order in which once you win, it strengthens your case for the next case. And I see that this video is going on quite long, and I'm sorry. Let me see what this next part says. Failure to plausibly allege breach of contract or even the existence of a contract that could be breached. Alright, like I said, I don't remember reading it. It's been a while. Donahue, you're going to have to send it to me so I can take a look at it. But breach of contract? Simple. Simple to prove. You have a fiduciary duty of loyalty to stock purchasers. Alright, to do the right thing, and they're not doing it. Breach of contract or breach of fiduciary duty of loyalty, that's so simple to prove. It goes right hand in hand with the rest of your argument. So Citadel, you motherfuckers is lucky I don't have the money to put it on your ass, because they wouldn't even get to a dismissal motion. They'd be calling and wanting to know what I want to fucking settle for. And the thing is, they can offer me $10 million, $50 million, $100 million, and I wouldn't take a settlement. I don't want a settlement. I want shareholders compensated for what they've done to us totally. Now, going back to what I was saying about not having the finances. I told Donahue, I said, I got an idea, Donahue. I don't have the finances, but if we made it a class action, then it would be everybody's responsibility to chip in for the legal fees. And Donahue said, yes, that would be a good way to approach it. If you can get a lawyer, because you have to have a lawyer, class action lawsuit, okay? So if we could find a lawyer that would take up the case, and then everybody could pitch in for the case, I would use my arguments and we whip these motherfuckers' ass. But then, like Donahue said, yes, that would work. However, if you do that, then you're going to have every swinging dick trying to tell you how you need to do the case because they're donating money to fight the case. So, and my argument, I would be arguing more with y'all than I would be with Citadel and Virtue. So I have to agree with that. That if I said, okay, here's the deal. We got us a lawyer. We need some money. Everybody pony up $100 and we can beat these motherfuckers. But then half of y'all would be telling me how I need to argue the case. And I know how to argue the fucking case to win. We just don't have the money. So, what's the odds of Donahue winning? If he doesn't change his strategy, I'm afraid he's not going to win. If he doesn't change his strategy, it's going to end up like the Al from Boston case, all right, where allegations don't win lawsuits, facts do, all right. Now, I know, like I said, Donahue, please don't be upset with me about this. You really, really need to take a look at this objectively. There's too much on the table. Right now, they kind of have you over a barrel with some of the things they're saying, and unless you formulate an argument strong enough to defeat theirs, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. And I'm going to be talking some more about this. We're only on page 4 of 21, and it's going to take a couple of videos to finish it out. But just know, this is a very, very simple case. Now, I don't know how he could drop a few of these defendants, if it's even possible for him to get rid of Robinhood, the DTCC, and FINRA, and center down strictly on Citadel Securities and Citadel's Connect. But that's what I would do. If I had the money to fight these motherfuckers, I would go after the market maker for manipulating the stocks, supply and demand. That's what I would do. So with that, love y'all. Be blessed. I'm going to be back later tonight. It's time for me to take a break and watch TV for a little while, get away from all this. Be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.